Hey guys, welcome to the channel. First, a disclaimer. I am not an auditor. Not yet anyway. And truth be told, the first time that I ever stumbled upon a YouTube auditor, I thought to myself, what a... Anyway, things have changed recently. I was in Tupelo, Mississippi. My intent was to make a video about the Mill Village, the cotton mill, and the garment factory, the history there. That's what I enjoy, history, old things, architecture. I'm still working on that video. Maybe halfway done, maybe.
I'm looking for a place to park, and I spot this cop car along the tracks. My thoughts are, great, I'm not going to get mugged here.
You're not the nerd.
And let me point out where the police car is, to this caboose. It's important. I also see two groups of kids crossing the tracks and checking out these vacant buildings, basically being kids. I would like to make 2 points here. One, I know railways are hazards, and two, I respect property rights. This is one of my videos from 2020, Canyon Diablo.
Well, here we are. Diablo Canyon Railroad Bridge. Guys, please respect the railroad property rights. Don't cross the fences or climb onto the bridge.
The weeds growing in the ballast between the ties and the rust on the heads of the rails make these rails look abandoned. Even so, there could still be a hazard. I carefully look for no trespassing signs like these, but I don't see any, and I'm not intending to be on the rails. I take my time walking along this old building, trying to catch the right light. I believe this building is over 100 years old, and it's now an antique or a peddler's mall. And, fun fact, Elvis's mom worked here when Elvis was just a baby. I continue walking, now in front of the cop car, no contact or anything. I stop and take photos of this old caboose, and if I remember right, this Frisco logo, it's actually a stylized raccoon pelt. Who knew? Imagine working here during a Mississippi summer, no AC, and almost poverty wages. Long hours. Congress passed the 40-hour work week in 1938. Interestingly, though, it was the railroads in 1916, the Adamson Act, that established the 8-hour workday for some workers. Anyway, I finally reached Green Street. There is no sidewalk on this side, so I walk along the street facing traffic to the designated railroad crossing, check for traffic, trains, planes, and automobiles. But here I kneel down, and I stop here for maybe 3 seconds, kneel on the pavement, and take a photo. I've now clearly crossed the tracks. I take a photo of the grade crossing's awareness device and physical barrier, the crossbuck, the number of track signs. Who knows, maybe I can share these on Pexels, help someone out. When suddenly I am met with this. To be honest, I am taken off guard, surprised. Just a week or so ago, Tupelo's finest, rookie cop and ex-Toyota employee, arrested an innocent man in just 10 seconds. For simply having a scary camera. My thoughts, good God, here we go again.
What you out here doing, man?
What am I doing?
Yeah, come over here and talk to me. Come over here and talk to me.
Whoa! Why are you going to touch me? What's going on?
Come over here and talk. You are on private property.
I'm not going to go.
You are on private property.
Okay.
Do not tell me what you're not going to do.
Right. Apparently, I'm on private property.
Put this down.
Yeah.
Put your hands. Do you have any weapons on you?
Nope.
You mind if I pat you down to check?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
This
Why are
is
you
an
out
illegal
here?
search and seizure.
Why are you out here?
I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment rights, sir.
Do you realize that you've been asked to leave this property? You want to give me a reason why you're here?
Where you took me from was public property. I'm gonna invoke my Fifth Amendment right to pass that.
Maybe Mr. Dean was absent that day in high school where they covered the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, or he doesn't understand, or just disregards his general orders. Was the Constitution, law, an exam at the academy? Let's see. Firearms. Yeah, you never know when you're going to have to shoot someone, right? Death tactics. Gotta defend yourself. Never know when someone will just come up and physically grab you and take you somewhere against your will. You're not a free man. Evoc. Gotta know emergency vehicle ops and tactics. CPR for when you shoot somebody. Intox. I'm not sure here in Tupelo who that covers, you or your suspect. Radar. Gotta make money. OC. Now that, my friends, is not nice. I've had that. It's pepper spray. Yeah. And lastly, but not least, the taser.
Drop the saber and step away from the futuristic orb.
I take orders from no man. Liberté, égalité, fraternité!
Don't tase me, bro.
Nope. No training in either law or common sense. Now, imagine you're just walking down the street, open carrying a 35mm camera. A black and white rolls up, across lanes and blocking traffic. And then Wyatt Earp jumps out with this face. As far as I know, I'm only carrying a camera. So why are armed men blocking traffic and causing a scene?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Pretty good. You mind if we talk for a second?
I do, as a matter of fact.
You do?
We're the railroad police, BNSF Railway. We saw you walking. We saw you squatting down on the tracks. We can't have you doing that. Okay, it's trespassing. It's unsafe.
Yeah,
So-
when I squatted down, I'm actually on the road, but I understand.
Okay, well, you know, I understand. Well, back there, all we saw you was inventory. I understand you're taking pictures. I have nothing against that. I love pictures. But our job is to make sure people are, I guess you're from around here? Okay, good job. I'm blind, I'm half deaf, but you're from up the road. Good deal. But all we're doing is we're just going to sit here and we're going to give you a warning. All right. Do you have an ID on you?
Strange thing, Mississippi. There doesn't appear to be any law requiring you to ID during a consensual stop or interview. However, it does appear that giving a false name with intent is a misdemeanor. So I ask, is it required?
Do I need to produce an ID?
If you have an ID, yes, because you were trespassing.
I don't have an ID.
Langford has just told me that yes, I need an ID. So at this point, I need clarification.
Am I being detained?
Actually, you are right now.
Oh,
We're
okay,
gonna get
great.
your information.
So I am being detained until Langford gets my ID. At this point, I accidentally shut off the record, not trying to edit anything out. I would ask for the body cam, but the railroad police, it's basically a private police force. That's an exercise in futility. I do tell Langford, though, hey, take me to jail. You will not get an ID. His response was, nobody's going to jail. Let's see, though, how this continues.
Listen, all we got to do is write your information down.
That's all we need. We have no problem with the photos, but you know, when you're standing on the tracks trying to get a photo,
I appreciate your concern for my safety.
but you don't know this train schedule though. So I mean, we're out here just trying.
I would like a supervisor.
Do what?
I would like a supervisor.
Okay, well, our supervisors are all across the country.
I'll wait for them.
Okay, they're not coming.
I'll wait for them.
Okay. All right, so here's what's going to happen. All right, I'm going to get your information, and I'm going to give you a warning. I'm not trying to take you to jail. We're not here trying to...
Guys, think about this seriously for just a moment. If you've done nothing wrong, why not just give your information to the police, right? Well, the police report, though, is an official record, which means that basically it is a publicly accessible record. And this record may go to a fusion center, where your name may be shared with many other enforcement or intelligence agencies and the NCIC, etc. Whenever a background check is conducted, a military clearance check, application for employment gets validated, you have a custody issue with your own kids, or there's an insurance company that wants to check your veracity, you may get dinged hard bad. And think of the impact to a young man just starting a career, trying to start out. Maybe you'll never get a good job or a promotion based on some search that you never even knew occurred.
Langford
That's
and
right.
Jacobs,
That's right.
what's your number or ID?
Badge number 651.
739.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture.
You go right ahead.
Do you remember when Facebook invited you to tag all of your friends in all of those photos? And that little app that let you put dog ears on? Well, now FRT, facial recognition technology databases, are accessible to Leos and others. And over 50% of the adults in the United States are traceable through these databases. The problem, though, is that there have actually been many wrongful arrests made because someone didn't investigate properly.
All right, look, this is what I'm showing you right here.
Meta
I'm
record.
assuming we're recording, you're recording. So this is right here, and this is saying that we're giving you a warning, okay? Okay. Do you understand what we're saying?
I plead the fifth.
Okay. All right. Basically, we're giving you a warning. You don't want to give us your information, that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and have a big to-hoo about it. But if we see you again on the property, we'll have to cite you for trespassing, okay?
Affectionately, I refer to Jacobs as Wyatt Earp and Langford as Bat Masterson. Why? They both used to work as lawmen for the Santa Fe Railroad back in the day. But it doesn't appear that Comrade Langford likes my camera that much. Or maybe he does. He's a camera aficionado. And this is the Nikon Z6, a decent camera. But more importantly, Langford did state that I was detained until he got my ID, and I have invoked my fifth at this point. I will not answer any questions without counsel, period. Basically, when you invoke your fifth, all questioning must stop. There are exceptions, of course, when there is probable cause to suspect someone is in danger, etc. But also, if you answer any questions after invoking the fifth, it may be interpreted that you have rescinded or given up that right. Learn to shut up and then shut up some more.
Do you understand that?
I plead the fifth.
All right. Do you understand the words coming out?
fifth.
All right. I need you to walk away then from the railroad property.
At this point, Bat appears to be a little bit agitated, somewhat. Notice, though, that what he does say, at this point I need you to walk away from the railroad crossing. While turning and pointing to the railroad crossing, I knock my mic connection loose on the Nikon. But I ask Langford, am I on railroad property? His answer is no. And then I tell Langford then this interaction is over, and I turn and walk off. We can see both Wyatt and Bat waving friendly goodbyes as they drive off into the sunset. But it seems they didn't make it to the sunset. They parked across the street to watch me. I presume to find out which car was mine. No worries here, I don't care. But after a few minutes, I did walk back across the street and struck up a casual, amicable conversation with them. If I were to give the dynamic duo a rating, I would probably give them a B-. If there was a problem, they should have indicated that while I was next to them at the Caboose. Why wait until I got all the way across the railroad and kneel down? Bored? Nothing else to do? If I'm walking along the building is problematic, why not address the kids on the tracks or around the buildings? Were they not observant, focused on something else? I don't know. Kind of strange. And don't lie about the ID being required, or maybe you believe it is. Your policy may require it. It is doubtful, though, that there is any legal obligation at this point. Also, don't detain anyone without cause. If you didn't warn someone next to your vehicle, why wait until they've left the property? That gets into a not-so-gray area by itself, especially while being detained. Anyway, folks, learn your rights, be a good human, take care.